Hello, and welcome back to the Dollar Bills. Let's talk a little bit about budgeting and personal finance.
If you want to get a handle on your finances, you need to control your spending. That starts with establishing a budget.
Not just establishing, but best practices for sticking to it, starting and planning an emergency fund, and some key tools to help you stay on top of things.
It all starts with keeping track of your expenses. It's an essential activity that you should ideally do every day throughout the month. Some of you are probably thinking, what? That sounds like a lot of work. I didn't sign up for this.
Right? But while it may seem like an extra job, you are your own boss, and in this case, you control how often you get a raise.
In charge of your own financial future.
Yeah, it's a great thought, right? Johnny.
What? Oh, there are many reasons to keep track of your coconut expenditures. Watching your expenses throughout the month holds you accountable for your finances in a few key ways.
It helps you stick to your budget. After you set up a budget, based on your income, tracking expenses daily is essential to keeping you on that budget. If you don't track your money, you won't know when to stop spending in a given category. For example, your budget might show that you spend $100 on clothes every month, but you may decide you can spend $50 instead. You can use the rest of the money to pay bills or save for something else.
Your first raise. Nice.
Exactly. You'll want to use what you learn from tracking expenses and factor in any life changes to make adjustments to the budget for next month.
Tracking your expenses might reveal that you've budgeted too little for something. Maybe a one-time purchase like a birthday gift. That's all right. Just take that into consideration for next month. It takes a little refining, but that's okay.
Remember, a budget is a fluid document, and if you do it right, it evolves over time to suit your needs and goals. Being able to see if you are over or underspending consistently can help you determine whether you need to make cuts or increases for the next month.
Tracking can reveal spending issues. Let's say you figure out you're paying monthly for a service you don't use, like your 6th streaming service that you've never watched. Justin.
Easy there, Chief. Yeah, well, in that case, you might want to cancel the service. You may even realize that your habit of dining out or buying clothing from expensive brands is causing you to run out of money by the month's end. Johnny.
Hey, man's gotta look good. Tracking your spending can also help identify serious problems in some essential cost. For example, as you gauge your expenses over a period of months or even years, you might observe that your increasing rent is outgrowing that budget.
Or that you aren't earning enough to lead the lifestyle you wanted. To correct problems like these, you might have to make more drastic life changes, such as moving to a more affordable residence or getting a second job to earn more money. It won't be easy, but it will be worthwhile.
True wealth is built when you live within your means, and that's done by knowing where those limits are.
It helps you meet your financial objectives. It's not enough to stick to your budget if you don't also stick to important saving goals.
Whether you set a goal to build an emergency fund, pay down debt, save for retirement, college, or a vacation, you're more likely to achieve these goals if you budget for them to ensure your spending matches your priorities.
If it's your highest priority to pay down high-interest credit card debt, include debt repayment as a fixed expense in your budget. More than the minimum monthly requirement on your statement helps you catch up. Once you pay it off, start another goal, one you couldn't fund while you were in debt.
Methods for keeping track of expenses. While a few approaches can help streamline and speed up the process of identifying expenditures, the best approach is one that you feel comfortable enough to stick to every day. Here are a few easy ways to do it.
If you prefer a tech-free way to track your expenses, write down every penny that you spend and where you spent it in a journal, and think about allocating a page for each month and simply note the category next to each expenditure.
That sounds so old school, like something my parents would do.
Parents, I tried to talk with my parents about money once. My dad said, "Money? We haven't had any money since you kids were born." Then he'd pull out his wallet and show me family pictures and say, "See these pictures? That's where my money used to be."
Well, Justin, I guess he didn't budget on you being so savvy today.
While it may be more difficult to identify spending trends this old school way, it at least makes you more aware of where your money is going, and if it doesn't, I'm sure your parents will.
A more modern way to track your expenses is in a spreadsheet or a web-based financial app. Online apps offer colorful graphs and charts to illustrate your spending habits and allow you to easily enter your purchases the same day that you incur them.
If you're in a relationship and have combined finances, you'll both need to work together to track your expenses. In this case, it's a good idea to choose an online app or another method that you can sync with your partner's spending so that you don't blow your budget. Quick side note, unlike the balance you get from the ATM that may not show transactions that haven't cleared your bank, apps often track your expenses as you incur them, so you know when to stop spending.
Our last method is more of an encouragement. When tracking your expenses reveals that you've overspent in a few categories, it can be tempting to stop identifying expenditures and try again next month. Don't stop. Keep tracking so you can identify what you need to change.
Budgeting shouldn't take more than a few minutes each day if you adopt an expense tracking approach that works for you. If you consistently track expenses, you'll be able to save more, spend less, and gradually build wealth so you can go after the things you want in life.
That reminds me of college life. Not a lot of budgeting, but a lot of ramen.
That ramens me that it's time to go.
Like what you did.
See you next time.